Have you ever found something, whether it was at work or your social life, that felt like the perfect fit? That seems to be what Ty Jerome has found with the Cavaliers. This season, he had the best season of his career as the team's sixth man. Though I'm not sure anyone expected him to do what he did in his first career playoff game. Jerome had 28 points, including 16 in the fourth quarter to help the Cavs clinch the Game 1 win. I'm going to take a deeper dive into his heroics and show why the skills he showcased in that contest were a reflection of what Jerome has done all season long. After a decorated career at the University of Virginia, Jerome was drafted 24th overall in the 2019 draft, though he played sparingly with the Suns as a rookie before being dealt to the Thunder in the trade that brought Chris Paul to the Suns. He showed some promise in his first season with the Thunder, where he averaged nearly 11 points across 33 contests and shot over 42% from three, though the team traded him to the Rockets before the 22-23 season and was waived. Jerome then signed with the Warriors on a two-way contract for a year and had a bit of a breakthrough in a reserve role. He was effective out of pick and roll and handoffs, where he shot very well around the basket while also shooting just under 39% from three. Ty, following this, signed a 2-year deal with the Cavaliers, though in the first year of that deal, he played just 15 minutes before an ankle injury ended his season. With NBA teams constantly looking all over the world for talent, this current season was going to be a huge one for Jerome's future NBA career. Though the Cavaliers this past offseason hired Kenny Atkinson as head coach, who was an assistant in Golden State during Jerome's time there. For many NBA players, the mix of being in the right situation and maintaining their confidence is what can help them carve out a long-term role. With Atkinson at the helm, Jerome certainly got that opportunity. Ty had a career year and became a finalist for the Sixth Man of the Year award, where he was extremely efficient, scoring from all levels. And his effective field goal percentage, which accounts for threes being worth more than twos, was over 60%. After showing promise operating out of pick and roll with the Warriors when Atkinson was on staff, Jerome was used at one of the league's highest rates out of the action this year, as it accounted for nearly 43% of his possessions this regular season. Though despite the volume, he ranked in the 87th percentile on a per-possession basis scoring out of it, and his success in the action also carried over to his playoff debut. Here Jerome brings the ball up, and as he gets to half court, Sam Merrill is already setting a screen on Davion Mitchell to get a switch. Now after the switch, you could see Jarrett Allen is there to set a screen on Tyler Hero. When Jerome hits a crossover, you could see that Hero went under the screen instead of over it. This is something you would typically do when facing a subpar shooter, though Jerome doesn't fit in that category, as he shot 42% on threes off the dribble this year, and is already in the start of his shooting motion as Hero's getting there. Not surprisingly, with that much space, Jerome hits the deep three. Another area where Jerome excelled this past season was shooting floaters. The 27-year-old this regular season took 218 shots the NBA charted as floaters, and made a ridiculous 57% of them. Ty's very crafty on these shots, as he can make them from various angles, release points, and can generate contact on these shots as well. This possession is another where as Jerome crosses half court, Merrill is there to set a screen to take Haywood Highsmith away from the play and have Tyler Hero switch onto the ball. This is another pick and roll possession as Jarrett Allen sets the screen on Hero, though this time Hero goes over the screen and is chasing Ty as he gets downhill. Jerome gets inside the arc and stops his drive as he feels the defender on his back, though once he notices Hero swiping for the ball, gets into his shot, and despite the unorthodox lean-in, makes the floater through contact and draws the foul. Jerome here is guarded by Davion Mitchell before Evan Mobley sets the screen and gets the switch onto Haywood Highsmith. This is a defender with more size and length, but Jerome doesn't care. He drives inside the arc to around the right elbow, and this shows the various platforms he can use to convert these shots. While the previous shot was more of a line drive, this one has a higher arc, but the result is the same, as Jerome scores 2 points. In this instance, when Jerome brings the ball up, Allen tags Hero but doesn't fully commit to setting a screen, though when Jerome takes a dribble downhill, this puts the Heat defense in a bind. By this point, Ty's already shown them he can hit pull-up threes, and his efficiency getting downhill and converting floaters, so Bam Adebayo in this case would not only have to account for a rolling Allen, but also the threat of Jerome getting downhill to show his touch. The result is Ty throwing a bounce pass to Allen, And you could see right away off the catch, this is a lot of ground for Bam to make up, and the result is 2 points. So is this game one performance by Jerome a fluke? He might not get quite that hot again, and the Heat will make adjustments, but I don't think it is. Jerome this season with the Cavs has been a very good high volume pick and roll player, and has been able to create for himself and others, operating out of the action. Sometimes it just takes time to find the right fit, which it appears Jerome has under Atkinson in Cleveland. Now both sides are hoping this is the beginning of a long playoff run before they get to discussing a new contract later this summer. If you made it this far, thank you, and if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe to stay up to date on my in-depth analysis throughout the 2025 NBA playoffs.